Welcome back, my friends. Before we dive into today's powerful conversation with Gala Glow, I want to take a moment to share something really special with you. This August, Gala and I are co-hosting an intimate, soul-expanding retreat here in the mountains of North Carolina, and we're inviting just 8 women into this sacred space. So if you're feeling like something is shifting in your work, in your world, your identity, your energy, this weekend is your invitation to pause, realign, and reconnect with what's true for you. We'll spend time not just restoring your body and mind, but building your personal roadmap forward, which is going to be rooted in resonance, but definitely not pressure. This retreat blends healing, creativity, and strategic clarity so you can walk away with the next chapter already unfolding. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then go ahead and mark your calendars for August 8th through 10th in the Sugar Mountains of North Carolina. This isn't just a getaway. Really think of it like a turning point. If that speaks to something that's stirring inside of you, you can message me or Gala, and we'll share all the details with you. So now get ready, because today's conversation with Gala is a glimpse into the kind of depth, clarity, and soul-led brilliance you'll experience at the retreat.
Welcome to Your Radiant Spirit, the podcast where art, energy, and inspiration come alive. Hosted by award-winning intuitive painter Heather Eck, synesthetic artist, chakra expert, and spiritual guide, this show invites you to explore the transformative power of color, creativity, and spiritual healing. Heather's unique gift of seeing color through energy fuels her stunning spirit portraits and chakra-aligned artworks, designed to bring healing and alignment to your life. Whether you're curious about the magic of chakras, looking to unlock your creative potential, or eager to connect with your radiant spirit, you're in the right place. Your radiant spirit is calling. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to Your Radiant Spirit. I'm your host, Heather Eck. I'm so excited to introduce to you today somebody really special who I was introduced to through the Business Accelerator program I went through the town of Holly Springs called Launch Holly Springs. She's actually my mentor for the last 6 months. I'm very, very lucky to work with her. She's amazing. I'll share her bio and then we'll dive into our conversation. Gala Glow is an 8-time entrepreneur, international speaker, and founder of Zagrava Women, a global ecosystem for women entrepreneurs creating the new world. With 2 decades of experience across continents and industries, she helps women build soul-aligned, identity-driven businesses rooted in clarity, freedom, and I love this, inner power. Her work is a fusion of strategic business mentoring, mindset and energy practices, and feminine leadership. She is the creator of 2 transformational programs, Life Rubicon for women at personal or professional crossroads, and Your Business, Your Freedom, which helps heal the relationship with business and unlock intuitive scaling. Gala is known for her powerful presence, deep listening, and visionary thinking. I know that to be true too. Whether mentoring clients, hosting retreats, or speaking on global stages, she holds space for women to break free from burnout and outdated paradigms and build with sovereignty and soul. She speaks on conscious entrepreneurship, the 5D paradigm of leadership, navigating reinvention, and building businesses that honor both ambition and spirit. And I have to say, that is a fantastic bio. Yes, I actually like the blue. I was wondering, who is this incredible person? People say that so much after they hear their bio read out loud, they look around and go, wait, are you talking about me? I love that so much. Oh my gosh. Where should we start? I feel like, well, number one, I just want to acknowledge and thank you officially for being the best mentor for the last 6 months for me. I feel like we've made so much progress together and I've learned so much from you. And even in our very last session, I was like, oh man, I'm sad this is over, because I love just bouncing ideas off of you and hearing what you have to say. So thank you. Thank you for giving of your time and offering your wisdom and sharing your experiences with me. It's been awesome.
It was so much pleasure for me to work with you. When I work with clients, this is like the the most desirable thing is to find the soul connection. When you are like building this connection, and you're like falling in love, and from the heart to the heart, and it is like, I think this is magic. So I was like really glad to work with you, and we still do.
That's right. We still do. Yeah, that's right. I know. I can't wait to talk about that. I want to first dive into, your bio mentions you're an 8-time entrepreneur. So you obviously have a story for how you got to that figure and how you got to where you are today. So can you share that part of your story with us?
Yeah. So I'm Ukrainian. I'm from Ukraine, and when I was born, actually from the very childhood, I was supposed to be entrepreneur. So I led by example of my mother. She was an entrepreneur in very like male business. And she was like really busy all the time doing stuff for a business. Then she took the next shift at home with 2 kids, husband, and all these duties. And she was always busy, and but so much care of everything. And I was looking at her, and I was thinking, yes, I want to be entrepreneur. I want to take my own decision to implement my ideas, but I want to do it a little bit differently. I want to actually to find a way, how can I live my life to the fullest, to enjoy every minute of that, and not to like dedicate all my time, all my like every minute to the business. And I started my first business when I was 19 years old. I was studying. Yes, I was studying law in the university, and I decided, why not to start a law firm? And yeah, it was like, so yes, I'm all about, if you have a good idea, you just need to start, and then you will decide how it works, or it works. So yes, I took my friend, and we started the law firm. It was not about the money, of course, but we rented the place, we rented the office, and we had clients. We did our jobs, but we just pay our bills, and that was it. But still, it had been like a lot of experience, and I liked, I really enjoyed that I did it. So yeah, it was my first business. Then I did my career in international banking for like many years. But I was dreaming of going back to the business. And when I gave birth to my first daughter, I understood that maybe the time had come. And but I was like hesitating, all this stuff. I'm having like just right now a really good career with a good salary, with all this like really good perspective. And to change it for your own business, especially in the field I was thinking of, where I don't have any education experience, nothing. It was like children education. So I was hesitating, and then I took my daughter. She was 7 months old at that time, and we traveled to India with her. And it happened that we lived in yoga ashram. And I learned to like had this yoga certification courses there with her, like little girl, and it was so life changing for me. Then I came back and I understood, no, the time for me is just now, and I need to switch to my own business. But the life had their own perspective on me, so actually I didn't do that, and I came back from my maternity leave to the corporative work. And then it took me like 10 months to actually become ready. And then I quit. I quit my corporate work, I think forever. I can say. Yeah, and I started my like next business. It was like kids club. Then then it was like really big grow, because next year I started a private kindergarten daycare. Then I started one more. Then so it was like going something after something, and then I remembered that I always wanted to teach, and always wanted to like lead the people to the better life, especially women. Women is my target audience, and I feel this mission to support women actually for all my life. So I started to teach business for women. Then it was offline first, then we went off online, and it was like really, really good. I started my consulting business. Then I decided that my daughter is old enough to go to school, and I need to to launch the private school, and I did it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yes. Then COVID came, and we decided that the best business model now is to start private online school for children.
Okay.
And we did that. Then, yeah, it was like really like intense life. Then
Yeah.
in 2022, when the war came in Ukraine, we like full scale war, I was just, it was like a really big thing for me, of course. And
Yeah.
at some point, I understood that I always wanted to work with women, and this is actually my mission. This is where I want to be, what I want to do. And exactly in this year, in like half a year after the war actually extended, I started my Zagrava Women ecosystem. And yes, and now I am doing that. I moved to the United States in a year after that. And
Okay.
now I'm actually extending Zagrava Women and my expertise to the American market. And then I'm planning to go global,
Uh-huh.
and, go to Asia, Africa, and like Europe and all this stuff. Yeah, that's the plan.
I love it. I love it. So you have two different programs. You have your business, your freedom, and you have the Life Rubicon. Talk about how you came up with those two programs. I'm sure you, in all your experiences, were looking at like what are the common issues that women have or women in business have, and you developed this to help us like break free from burnout, to figure out how to manage our lives, to eliminate the hustle, and to learn to tap into our inner power, like to tap into our spiritual knowledge. So how did you develop these programs, and what do they offer women and who are like you and I, who are in this space, who have to do the second shift?
Yeah. Yeah, I will. This is a great question. I will start with the second one because it has like history. So
Yeah.
when I started to work with women, it was 2016. And I taught them how to start business. And then at some point, I understood that my target audience, my audience is like they grown, and now they have business, and they have the common issue. They are too busy all the time. They do everything, and then they postpone their life for future. They always busy, and they losing this quality of life, this enjoyment of life, because they need to work. And that's how I started to develop my program, which was called systematization, like systematization of business for women. And I had it, but it was all about business. So this is the difference between that program and this program. And this is like, I think it's like growing, and growing me as an expert, and growing actually the program. So it was all about business tools, business structures, business model, strategies, like some like reports, all the CRMs, all the stuff which you need to systematize your processes in business.
Yep.
But when I started actually, when I worked with women, and then they finished my program, they told me that the main thing they took out of my program was not about the like spreadsheet or business processes or something else. It was about their freedom. They said, now I can understand, I can separate myself from the business. Now I just understood that I am not my business. And it was so huge for them. They said, now I can dream. Now I can actually time for myself. And I understood that actually my program had the like deeper meaning. And during all this time, I was working on other tools. So my point was not only to deal with business. I wanted to find a way how for women to have it all. Yes. And I was trying different things because like business tools is okay, but it was all the old world for me. And I wanted to find something new, something easier. something more joyful. And that's how I started to work with energy more. I started to work with meditations, with the mindset, with all this stuff. I saw how actually women in business create half of their problems by themselves. And I was just exploring how we can do differently. Maybe here we cannot compete. Here we cannot fight. Here we cannot just overwork. And when I tried some things on me, then on my clients who volunteered to do, I understood that actually it works. And I understood that I'm kind of building a bridge between like business and some kind of spiritual energy part, vibrations, and actually enjoyment, happiness, love, as you wish. And I think this is like the best word for that. So I started to combine that. And that's how my program systematization of business actually switched to the program of My Business, My Freedom. Because it's not about only business. It's about you as entrepreneur, as woman entrepreneur who actually wants to find her freedom, her real realization, like authentic realization through her business, and actually to fulfill her dreams through business, and actually to rule the business how she wants, and not let the business to rule her, as we know it works for many of us, unfortunately, still.
Yeah.
So this is the program for that. Actually, this is the problem. This is a program which is dedicated for women who wants to build the healthy relationship with her business on her own terms, how she wants it. And I believe so for all my experience, 20 years in business and like a lot of experience, I'm just like really energetic. I'm doing all.
Yeah.
And I can say that it is possible. It is possible to have the business how you want it. And you just need to allow yourself to do that and fix stuff and actually be there.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. It's making me think of a couple of things, because I feel like, remember during the early part of COVID, they had, I think it was called like the Great Resignation. There were so many people who were leaving their jobs at that point, who were stepping out of this place where they felt really restricted and really, they didn't have freedom. They didn't have time to themselves. And they were like, I got to get out of here. I have to go. And we saw so many people start to build businesses or start to say, well, I love doing this thing. Can I find a way to make a living doing it, myself included? And so I wonder, in the work that you're doing now, are you seeing that trend continue? Are you seeing more women step out of the corporate world and into this place where they can truly, develop and establish this true sense of freedom, both in their business, but also in their lives, in their spiritual lives too? Because I think that one of the reasons we step away from corporate is because we feel tired in our souls. The kind of tired that like nothing's going to fix. You're like, I'm just exhausted. Why am I so exhausted? And I think because those constructs aren't built to support us. They're built to restrict us and to keep us grounded in our egos. So are you seeing that now? And what are you seeing with women these days as they're stepping away from some of those paradigms that are really outdated?
Yeah, I see that. And this is actually my second program is about that. So this is about women who are in the process of transition. And there are several major things which is happening now with the world, and both economically, politically, spiritually, and we can see technically, we can see this huge technical progress. And also I work with women in the middle of their middle life crisis. So they just at some point, they understand that, okay, I don't want to do something I did before.
Right.
I don't want to do that anymore. And mostly there are women who achieved a lot. They achieved everything like this society wanted them to achieve. And that's how they found themselves in the intersection when they understand, okay, I don't want to do that. But who I am, I want to
Right.
find who I am now. I want to do what I want to do. But what I want to do.
And how do I
And
do it?
yeah, and how do I do it? And actually, I think the COVID was the blessing for us
Yeah.
because it was like a catalyst. So people just they slowed down and they just had a look on their lives, and some of them at that point they understood, okay, maybe I work too much, maybe I work so much that I cannot see the beautiful world around me. Maybe I need to change. Maybe what I do. So I heard somebody like smart speaking, and he said that only 10% of the like working people actually is satisfied with their jobs. So they
Oh
can say
gosh.
they do what they want to do. Oh my God. Come on, 10%? This is like, and yeah, I'm showing, yes, that
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's
small
so
amount.
small.
Yes, and then I when I start asking people, and yes, like many of them told me, okay, I don't want to do, but I don't know. So I had a career, I had money, I have everything, I have mortgage to pay, bills to pay. Yes,
Yeah.
so I don't know if I can do that. I want to, or some of them already have businesses, maybe many of them, and they think, okay, but I don't want to do that anymore. I want something different. And because of all this like spiritual awakening also
Mhm.
going on the earth, I see women that at some point they actually physically cannot do what they don't want to do. They just, but they could before. Now they can't. And they
Mhm.
say, okay, what to do? I cannot like get up from my bed. I don't know what actually to do, how to change my life, because like it would be like really like big changes. And that's how actually my program Life Rubicon was created, because I went through the big, like huge spiritual awakening, huge transition. And it was hard, of course. It was hard for me. It was also connected with the war, with me going through Atlantics with two small kids alone and building business here and trying to find a new self. Yes, and it was like it was hard. And at some point, and I knew that it was that. And I think that if somebody could tell me at that point that it all will be okay, you will go through that. Just go, just keep going, and you will find yourself. And the main point is actually to find yourself and to accept yourself in you, to love yourself, to put yourself in the first position. And then based on that, you just add love, add joy. And based on this thing, you build your business. Maybe you
Mm.
change your business. Maybe you build from the scratch, but you do it after you have this courage to
Yeah.
actually become yourself, to remember who you are. And that's why I understood that many women actually want me to be around them when they go through this transition. And I have this superpower. It's like big energy, and that means that people around me, they just start doing something. And I actually, this is part of my work. I'm just sometimes it's like I'm just being here, and people are happy with that. So then I decided, okay, I will create this program which would be for women like 35 plus who are in the middle of the midlife crisis and maybe spiritual awakening, maybe in the transition, maybe all together. And yes, and they are eventually they are choosing themselves. And I believe that this is my way to change this world for better, because when people found themselves, they start creating everything from love. And
Mhm.
love is like really high vibration. and they just spread this love, and the amount of love on the planet increases. And that's how actually we help the world to be a better place. That's my understanding, and that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you've said, especially the part about sort of reconnecting with this idea of who you are, accepting who you are, and then learning to love or fall in love with yourself, not in an egotistical kind of way, but in an unconditional love kind of way, where I think so many of us, and I'm going to toss myself in there too as like the primary example, spend so much of our lives making decisions about things that we think are going to make other people happy. We choose degrees or our studies or our jobs in places where we think, oh, I remember that my mom said that sometimes, so maybe I should do that path. And then you find yourself 20 years later going, oh my God, I hate this. I hate this. I got to do something different. But it comes with this huge awakening because you have to, number one, have enough courage to actually say, I don't like this anymore. I need this to change. And then you have to go, okay, then what do I like? What do I want to do? How do I get out into the world and do it? And I think part of it is, especially for women, is this place of deep, unconditional love for yourself in a way that you have to learn to take care of yourself, love yourself, and fill your own cup before you can pour into somebody else. And I think, especially for those of us who are entrepreneurs and parents, we have many cups to fill. And the first cup that we deplete is our own. And then we wonder why we're so tired or our back hurts or we've got shoulder pain or what have you, because it all manifests in the body. So I think you're right. I feel like that first step is just figuring out how you can just love yourself, be honest about it, and then put steps into place to go, okay, now what do I want to do with this? How do I bring this love out into the world after I've found who I want to be? So I'm curious if you're okay sharing, like, what was your spiritual awakening like? What was the moment that made you go, uh-oh, wait a sec, I'm going through something here. I'm going to let this change me.
Yes, of course. So I will be. I am thinking what actually example
Yeah.
to give you. So so at some point I had several business and children education, like private schools and daycare, and I had this consulting and teaching for women in business, but primarily in education, in private education. So and I had a couple of programs, and I understand that actually I don't want to teach just business anymore.
Mm.
I understood at some point that only business tools they work. Of course, they work. Actually, most of the tools work. But I understood that it is not about me anymore.
Mm.
I'm more spiritual. I'm more loving. I'm more about new world. Yes, like something like which is like about impact, about something like bigger. But
Mhm.
I didn't know how to actually switch my business to that because here I have children education, which is okay, but it was not like my biggest interest anymore. A- and second, I have this like local businesses, and I wanted to be like had the, like bigger impact.
Yeah.
And then I understood that I don't want to teach business. But at the same point, I didn't know what to teach. So I cannot, so I didn't have enough experience, enough knowledge in like spiritual part. But I was in that path from like 12 years old. But it was the first time I started to do yoga, for example. But it was all only for me. It was not something which I can teach because I didn't have any experience in that and education. So, and I was worried, how can I teach people to do business without giving them like exact business tools, like marketing tools or like financial tools?
Yeah.
So, am I capable of that? And it actually led me to the crisis because I understood that I don't want to do these programs anymore, but I kept doing that.
Yeah.
But people, my clients, I think that it somehow they maybe they felt that And maybe I don't know how it actually happened, but I understood that it is not working anymore. I don't want to do that. And my mistake was that I actually kept doing it. I added the like AI part in that. I understood that, okay, maybe I do that, maybe I do that, maybe I delegate that. So I tried things, and this, which is good, but I didn't want to do that. And yes, and I was in crisis. And at that point, it was a war. It was like really like bad situation around me. And the winter of 2022 to 23. And then I decided to come to America. It was like really sudden decision. I said, okay, my heart is like taking me there. So I came here and I came into complete chaos because I started. So it was like the journey to myself. And it was so intense because when I came here, I started to receive all these opportunities. Here I can go to work. Here I can start this. Here I can find clients, have clients, American clients. Here I have problems with who I am. Yes, who I am and what I want to do. Here I catch this imposter syndrome with my English knowledge, and I was like worried about that.
Yeah.
Here I was still working on Ukrainian market, and I wanted to do that and keep doing that. So it was all around me, and I felt so confused. Maybe at that point, the only thing I knew for sure that I want to still support women and to speak. So it was the only thing I knew actually.
Okay.
But it actually took me a year. After that, it took me a year to suddenly understand what was. So yeah, I did that.
Wow.
And it was like really sudden. I remember it's like early December. I woke up and I'm just, oh my God, now I know. Now I know. But this year was really intense. I tried a lot of tools. And that's why I understand now how it works actually. And that's how I can lead women to that, because I understand what actually works. What I need to do to go through the transition in like a little bit like easier way. I'm not saying that it would be like easy. I'm saying that with the support, with the prioritizing yourself, your energy level, all this stuff, you can go through that in a little bit like comforting, I don't know, way. So it would be a little bit more joyful way.
Yeah.
So and that's how actually I came where I am now, because at that point I understood, okay, yes, I'm doing that and I don't care. And now, as an entrepreneur of new world, I don't care about changing marketing strategies like Instagram to new Instagram rules. I don't know, anything which is changing. It actually doesn't bother me anymore because I know who I am. I know why I'm here. And I have the main thing, I have this inner peace inside of me. This is the best feeling, the best state after passing your life Rubicon, after making this transition, when you understand, okay, I'm good with myself. I feel that I'm on the right place. And for sure, so many things happening around us which have influence on our mental health, on our health, on our life actually. But when you have this feeling of inner peace inside of you, you can deal with that. And you can still keep going where you want to go. And I believe that this is actually one of the main goals of the life here on Earth. When you know that I have a purpose, I live with joy, I have this inner peace inside of me. I'm doing something good. I'm changing somehow the world for better, and I'm good with myself. Yes, that's the main result of this transition.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I think that's so powerful. I feel like everything that you just said is about finding this place of peace within yourself and being comfortable with who you are
Yeah.
and letting that be the compass that you follow instead of, I mean, of course, like the marketing strategies, understanding the algorithms, all that stuff, yes, it does help, right? But it's not the thing that when you put your head on the pillow at night that's going to help you sleep. It's the actual like knowing that you are doing the right things, that you are contributing to the world in positive ways, and that the work you're doing here is both supporting you and helping other people. And that's the goal, right? Like that's the
Yeah.
goal.
Yes. Yes, completely. Yes.
I love it. So you and I are collaborating together on an upcoming retreat. Do you want to say a bit about that?
Yeah. Yes. This is like fantastic. And I am glad that we can share about that. So
Me
we are
too.
doing the retreat for with Heather together. So we're together doing the retreat for women entrepreneurs in their like midlife. And for them who actually want to reconnect with themselves, who want to build the life strategy and put it to the business using the principles of the new world, actually to be aligned with themselves and all this stuff. And actually to have it, I always say that it is also about having a good time, having this joy and raising your vibration, raising your energy. And it would be like a weekend runaway in North Carolina mountains. And we suggest you to we invite you to come with us, and we will have beautiful time together. And after that, the women who will join us, they will have more clarity in their lives and
Hmm.
their life strategy. And also, I believe they have the elevated energy levels, and this is like really important. And most of the women who are busy, they don't have time to think about to raise their energy because they need to work. So
Yep.
that would be the weekend for you to stop working and start strategizing on the high levels of energy, and then you will have the plan, like concrete plan what to do next. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm really excited about this event. It will be 8th through 11th of August 2025. So you can see more on our website and just come and talk to us and join us.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so excited about it. I feel like like you said, it's kind of like if you're at the crossroads, you're trying to figure out what to do, stop the hustle, slow down so that you can get clear, that you can focus on yourself. I think it's a mix of both business strategy and energy alignment and understanding who you are and letting go of outdated versions of yourself and getting super clear on who you want to be and what direction you want to go.
And creativity. So we are like really creative. Yeah.
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 Yes, yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So tell me, where can people find you online and how can they get in touch?
I have a website. We can put it in the comments. Yes. And I'm actually everywhere. So now in English, I am doing my LinkedIn. This is my main social network, and Facebook. But the Instagram will follow soon. So yeah. But you can see everything I do on my website. It is all there. And follow me on social media, and let's stay in touch. I will start my YouTube channel soon with the mindset work and energy work. So I believe that now we are preparing everything, and I believe that in a couple of months it will be released, and I think that it would be cool. So yeah.
Awesome. I'll put all this information in the show notes to galaglowglobal.com. I'll list your LinkedIn there. Folks can connect with you there and your email address. And I'll also put the link for how you can register for the event, the retreat coming up in the mountains in August. So thank you so much for being here today. I've loved hearing more about your story and what inspires you. And I just want to thank you again for being an amazing mentor and guide. And I'm so excited to be able to collaborate with you on this upcoming retreat.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and it was my pleasure to work with you then and now and always.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
joining us on Your Radiant Spirit. If today's episode lit up your creativity or helped you connect with your inner energy, please leave us a review and share your thoughts. Your feedback helps us spread more light to others. To dive deeper, visit www.heathereck.com for courses, workshops, and custom spirit portraits. And for daily inspiration and behind-the-scenes magic, Follow Heather on Instagram at @HeatherEckArtist. Your radiant spirit is calling. Take the next step on your journey. See you next time.